Hello there, and welcome to the next Commands and Colors Ancients playthrough. Today we are looking at Sotium 56 BC. So today we are, Sotium is kind of the main town of the Sotiates tribe. We are now in Aquitania, in kind of southwestern France of today. I think Caesar actually in his account of this battle, the Gallic Wars, he kind of divided today's France and Belgium into three parts. We have, Belgae up in the north with the Belgic tribes. We have Gaul in the center, the big blob with a lot of Celtic tribes there. And then he named Aquitania as an own kind of a land with its own tribes. And I guess it is because the Aquitanians were really not Gauls, I guess. It's you think that it's more like they have more resemblance to the tribes of Iberia, or at least maybe a mix or something, right? So they actually the language of the Aquitanians, the Aquitanian language, which is an own language, it's more it's resembling of today's Basque language. So it has more, maybe you could say more into the to the Iberian languages resemblance, right? So that's where we are today, because it's said here in the historical background that Caesar believed he has pacified all the southern and central western Gaul, it says here actually. But so he, according to this text, he went to Illyria to do some business over there. At that time, the tribes in Aquitania rebelled. So they would be their own tribes, kind of, doing these. I think they were led by Veneti, I think. Anyway, the thing is, though, which is I find really interesting, is that when I read something about this battle, I don't really know anything about this, but it said that the Aquitanian tribes were kind of, doing or creating a union of resistance against Caesar. So they were kind of, and they have they were at the Atlantic coast, so they had also some navies there. But the interesting thing is that they, gathered together and had this rebellion together, right? But it said that the Sotiates, the guys from Sotium, with their leader Agetunos, they were kind of waging war alone. They were not really in this union, but did their own military kind of decisions and campaigns. And that's interesting because also by the name of Sotium and Sotiates, the tribes, and the fact that they didn't really align themselves with the other Aquitanians. So maybe these actually were a Gallic tribe living in Aquitanian lands. That's at least a theory, and I think that's really interesting. It's also interesting that they then, because of that, they didn't really join up in the same big rebellion union with the Aquitanians. Maybe, well, of course we don't know. There's very little information really. So unless we find some more documents about this that have been hidden until today, or we invent time travel, we don't know really. But I find that very interesting. So maybe, these guys were just waging war alone. Anyway, for today's battle then, so Caesar was away. The rebellion, flared up in Aquitania. Caesar came back, and according to this historical background, he was more, taking care of the Aquitanian tribes over at the Atlantic coast. So the Romans even built an own navy there, and there was a battle at the Morbihan Bay where the Romans were victorious, but they had to quell the rebellion in the land, of course, as well. So because of this, and also the Sotiates. So he sent actually Crassus. This is not Marcus Licinius Crassus, but Publius Crassus, and he sent him with an army towards Sotium to subdue the Sotiates tribes and Agiatunus. And Agiatunus also, I read the name. If it's I think. They believe, and again, I think this is taken from the Gallic languages. They think it means something like the ambitious one, or the one who wants to be a leader, something like that, right? Agiatunus. So that's also cool. Anyway, so Crassus had this big army starting to march towards Sotium. And you can see on the setup here that this is really a column. I mean, this is I mean, this scenario resembles of another one. If you remember from the I think it was Lake Trasimenes, right, where Hannibal did this ambush up in the hills on the column of Romans marching. This resembles of that. You have this column marching. I think the march direction is that way. I'm not sure, but I could imagine that. Crassus is at the end of the column here, and we have some, some guys up front here scouting. And then we have Agiatunus with his army hiding behind the hills. This is a valley. There are hills here and hills there, and the Romans are marching through a valley here, and we have an ambush set up here. So according to the story here, Agiatunus sent forth his cavalry because the Sotiates tribes apparently had quite good cavalry compared to other tribes in the vicinity. So he had mustered. I mean, we can see 4 cavalry units in these, but actually 5, even though 3 are light. So they have quite a lot of cavalry here to be, to be Gauls, so to speak. And what he did was to charge with the cavalry upon the Roman column. Okay, there was some fighting happening, but the Romans managed to get their act together and repulsed the cavalry charge, which fled up on the hills and towards the forested lands again. The Romans did pursue, as they had gotten their line together, so they started to march after those guys. The thing is, though, that Agiatunus had also hidden a lot of infantry out of sight of the Romans. So when the Romans approached, they suddenly appeared and attacked again. A hard fighting went on, but in the end, the Roman discipline did prevail, and Agiatunus had to retreat back to Sotium, which was later besieged by Crassus, and they also gave up later on. I think it said here, Crassus besieged the town, and Agiatunus and the inhabitants soon capitulated. But I think I read somewhere actually that Agiatunus, together with 600 men, did try to sally. So they charged out of the town, attacking the Romans, while there was some kind of negotiations happening actually already. But it failed, and they gave up. And according to what I read, Crassus actually gave Agiatunus and also the 600 men who did charge and survive pardon. They pardoned them actually. So that's cool, and that's big of Crassus if it's true. So I think that's enough for the background information about this battle. As I said, I don't really know much about that. It's interesting they have a siege engine with them here. I mean the Romans, so they are for sure they have, you know, planned to lay siege on Sotium, but they got ambushed on the way there. So looking at the War Council, we see that the Gauls with the leader Agetunas has 5 command cards. They will move first, so the ambush will be launched. Hopefully I can do the cavalry charge as in history, as a first action. The Roman army led by Publius Crassus have 6 command cards, so they have 1 more, so they will get 1 more card in slot A here in the CDG Solo System that we use. Special rules. Marius Legion's rule is in effect, but if you remember that I think I already said in the last video, maybe the one before that, that we will actually use Julian Legion's rules, because when this expansion came out, they didn't have the rules for Julian Legions, even though it has already come into effect, right? So, and in the next expansion, they just said that you can use Julians instead from, I'm sure about the year, but maybe 58 or 57 BC, you should start using the Julian Legion rules. And that means basically that the medium heavies we have in this battle may march 2 hexes. And they have, of course, the pilum throw they can do. That's also included in the Marius Legions, actually. So that's it. So now we see a battle without Caesar, and that's going to be interesting because he's such a powerful, you know, he adds this lot of extra features to the Roman unit he's attached to, but we will not see that here, and that's going to be interesting. So we have a more even fight maybe. And speaking on even, I might put these away actually. Speaking on even, we have a really even forces here. I'm going to bring this a bit closer, like that. Let's do something like that. Okay, so if you can see the map here, the forces are really even, I believe. I haven't counted, but I can imagine it's about 15 units each or something like that. Really cool. And of quality, of course, we have legionaries here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, 6 legionaries. If you compare it to the warriors we have here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, only 4 actually. So we have more good quality here down the Roman side. We have lots of auxiliaries on the Gallic side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. A lot of them. And here we have 1, 2, 3 actually. And then we have some light infantry on the Roman side, even some slingers. And we have this siege engine or war machine, as you can see here. For cavalry, we have 2 medium, oh actually 3 medium heavies on the Roman side, so not bad. They have good quality cavalry there. And we have 5 on the Gallic side, of which 2 are mediums and 3 lights. So more numbers there, but better quality, I believe, in the Roman side. Of course, these guys can skirmish as well and throw their javelins. Leaders, we have 3 on each side. Crassus is at the rear of this column. I'm imagining the column is moving that way for some reason. I believe that's so because we have some light guys up here in the as a scouting shield, or what you could call it, right up there. And Agetunus is, let me see, yeah, he's actually this guy here. So we have 2 other leaders there on the cavalry and 1 on the warrior unit down here as well. So some nobles from the tribe there as well. That's it, I believe. So for tactics, I think I'd like to do it kind of in a historical way. That would be really awesome, meaning I could charge forward with the cavalry in turn 1. I know that might be reckless and dumb, but I think that it's cool to, you know, reenact some history in these battles and not just play by your best tactics all the time, but try to simulate what happened. And then they will get, of course, pushed back if they manage to do this charge, because the Romans will counter-attack them, that's for sure, when they reach their lines. And then maybe the Romans would pursue them. But we'll see if that's gonna happen. We have some difficult terrain to battle on, so maybe if the Gauls can take the hilltops here, they might be... I mean, they can battle really hard with Auxilia and really even out the battle against legionaries in that way. So it can be interesting. Really looking forward to this. This looks like a really even fight, but of course we need to get the right cards to manage to optimize the battle plans here. So let's see now. So we start off with the Gauls. They're going to start. We're going to see what they have in slot A and B first of all. Inspired right leadership, that would be these guys. That would not activate the cavalry, but we could reach some assault positions here on the hills. B slot is 4 units right, again over here. That's interesting. So the card wants me to start the Gauls to attack the rear of the Roman line here, or the Roman column rather, and spread some panic when the words, you know, goes through the column here. But of course we need to first check if we're going to play any of those cards. Actually we don't know, because we're going to check the slot C as well. So this is C, or lowest order count, and this is a double time, meaning we could even reach the Roman lines already. That's interesting. So we could, you know, we could attack with these guys, double time in, attack. Then we have loads of cars that could support our attack on this flank, and we could put our hopes on that the Romans cannot respond too much over here, so we can just press them backwards towards the end here. That's an interesting option actually. So that would mean we should open up with a double time. We could do that with I mean, these guys could... let me see now. Move 2 hex and still engage in battle. Okay, the problem here is that, well, the warriors they can go 3 actually. So we could get the warriors here and here, but Auxilia needs to take some other position here. But this is not bad, because these guys can't retreat, you know, and they are really, really weak. So we could get the banner already in turn 1. Heck, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just put my hopes on, as the Gallic play, that the Romans cannot really respond here, and we can put heavy pressure on this flank. So these 3 will be double timed. I think it's only valid for close combat, right? Yeah, it is. I mean, I could put in somewhere and throw some javelins, but that's not possible. But this is good enough. This is good enough. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And these guys will go here to... Actually, I can go here. I think that's better. And then we attack. And we actually start from this unit. Full strength warrior, 4 dice. And these are, okay, they have also leader support, but yeah, they can ignore 1 flag though. So we managed to get, we have leader support with us, you see, so we have 3 hits on these guys already. Bam. And they will now battle back with 2 dice. And as I said, they have leader support. Oh, what a hit. What a good roll by those lights. They were for sure showering these guys with javelins when they rushed down the hill here. Cool. Cool fight. But that was hard for the Sotiates actually. But then we have this leader attacking that last unit there with 4 dice. He needs 1 hit. He would roll 4. That's amazing roll. So we get the first victory banner already, turn 1 for the goals. And he will go in and he will attack again. That's for sure. Problem is he needs to attack. Okay, he could attack these war machines here. But I don't bother. I want to cripple one of these units, and I think I attack Crassus directly. That's a lot of honor to if we manage to beat him, right? So let's see now. 4 dice. And let's see, we got 1 hit first of all. We got 2 flags. Luckily for Crassus, he's here and he's also supported. If I would have attacked these guys, they wouldn't have needed to retreat 1 hex. But that didn't happen now, but we got 1 hit on the legionaries first of all. So that means we also need to check the state of Crassus. And that was really close that he became a casualty, but he's fine. So he managed to hold his legionaries together, and now they will battle back with 4 dice. And leader support, of course. 2 hits. So the charge went home, but in the end they took more losses than the Romans, even though they got a victory banner. But I think this was more expensive for these guys, because the counterattack, if the Romans may activate here, will be really deadly, and we'll have 2 units in really bad shape. And by the way, we need to do a leader check of the Gallic leader as well. He's fine. That's it. But remember, we can't continue with pressing on here. The problem is, though, our best units are weakened. Okay, so the Romans, slot A and B, they have a line command, meaning they could activate here. They have also a coordinated attack. Okay, and then they have an inspired leadership anyway. Okay, so they have plenty of chances to respond here, actually. They will have lucky cards, but they also need to roll for which card they can play, of course. So that would be a CD or E. So it's none of these. That's interesting. So what do we have here? A mounted charge. Imagine a counter charge from here. That's cool. I am Spartacus. And then inspired center leadership. Okay. Let me see now. So if we play the mounted charge, there is a small chance that we could get both these units with a charge. I mean, we would roll 4 dice, right? That's interesting. The Spartacus card. Well, we could of course activate a loads of units here and get them by that. Many interesting choices here. And then we have the center leadership. That would be 4 units. So we could activate here 1, 2, 3, 4. Even these guys could be activated. Oh my. This is cool. What should we come up with then? The mounted, I think actually I will play the center leadership. That's the most, I think I can get the most out of that somehow, but I need to do this chain of units to activate here. But let's do it. Inspired center leadership it is. So that would be these guys and then these. So who will move then? I have a nice line command also, so it would be nice to keep the line. These guys can throw some, or actually fire some, so they're gonna stay. Let's do it like this. These guys will march forward. My plan is to bombard these guys with both these, try to get that flag on them, you know. I wonder if I just should stay here right now to keep the line. I mean, if I move at any hex here, I'm gonna break the line. So these guys will actually just stay, and these guys will stay. So then we come to the combat phase. Start here. Crassus will counterattack this Gallic leader here. Let's see if they can manage to get 2 hits on them. They did. 2 hits, 2 blues rolled, so these guys go down. We have a Roman victory banner dealt, 1-1. And we're gonna check this guy with 1 die only. He's fine, so he will now relocate to the next warrior unit. But Crassus will follow and attack again. 4 dice. Again, a lot of hits, 3 actually, so these guys go down as well. Roman victory banner. And the Gallic leader needs to be checked with 1 die once more. He's fine again, so now he will relocate to 1, 2, 3. It's only 3 hexes, right? So, well, let's go to these auxilia. I will not follow. Good counter charge by Crassus there. That was awesome. And then we have. Let's start with these guys. 1 die against that light cavalry. So not supported. And that was the flag we were looking for. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need to take 1 casualty. Things are really going the Roman way right now. We have the war machine. They actually see these guys, so they're gonna fire at that poor Gallic leader once more. They're firing at him while he retreats to these young warriors over here. 2 dice. Nothing though. Then we also have a slinger unit. We're gonna have another unsupported light cavalry, so we're gonna bombard that with some stones. Let's see what we get. 1 hit. What a good Roman turn. Amazing. Okay, that was amazing. And suddenly it looks really empty here on that flank right, where we thought we would do the big push with the goals. Okay. It's the Sotiates again. CD or E. Okay, we have some hidden cards here. 2 units center. Medium troops. And 2 units right. More over here. This is tough. So if we would do the medium troops, we could cavalry charge with our medium heavy cavalry. We might get their cavalry by attack there. That could be something. And we could also move 2 more warriors forward. That's a bit tempting. These 2, well, I think these are kind of safe right now, but the problem with the Gallic hand, they have a lot of, cards on this flank, but maybe we could do 1 more effort. I mean, we have more power. And we could move with a forward there. Then we had 2 right, yeah. I'm gonna actually do the medium troops then. And that will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these guys will just march forward towards the front. This leader is trying to build up a new line for to connect with these, these connected guys here, and maybe do another attack. And these guys will march up the hill. They're preparing also for maybe an attack. And the plan here is to get these guys. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll try to get the cavalry. And I will start the attack from here. 3 dice. They are supported. So we got 1 hit and the flag, but they can ignore the flag, which they will do, or will they? They could take it. You know, we have the mounted charge in the Roman hand. That could come really handy. You know what? I'm gonna take the flag. Of course, these guys could then follow up. Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. This is a bit of a taking a risk with the Romans, but I feel I have this. So the question is now, yeah, I will follow. I could go 1 more actually, but if I go here, I'm in a really bad position for the next turn. So I will actually stay here and attack these guys, try to push them back. 3 dice. We managed to hit them twice and push them back. That was an awesome result by the 2nd cavalry charge there. So we're gonna go like this. These guys will stay. Now the question, do we dare to attack here? I don't think we do. We're gonna get killed in the... We won't make them retreat and then we get killed. So I'm gonna call off this charge. This was actually Agetunos did in the first charge, so he managed to do really good here. Scared off some Roman cavalry. But you know, the reason why I retreated is this card. Or this card, if we can counter charge, and it would be really awesome. It could be an epic cavalry fight coming up. No banners dealt though, but we hit some legionaries really hard here now. That's good. So it's time for the Romans to react. D or E. So we have the Spartacus, or we have a counterattack, which would be medium troops. I'm gonna take that. For the medium troops, 6 of them actually. Actually, I had 5 units on the blue last time, but there were no other mediums. No, okay. So 6 medium heavies. I mean, I can now march behind the back of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna start attacking these guys. I know it will go with 2 dice, but I have the edge, upper edge, because or upper hand, because I have leader support with me. These guys will march 2, so they cannot battle. But their main job is to let these guys be in a sack, you know. Then these guys will attack. 1, 2, 3, these guys will attack. What about these guys? Maybe we shouldn't. Let's bring these forward instead. I'm gonna try to attack twice here actually. I'm breaking up my lines now, but it's good. It's okay. Could of course bring forward my cavalry instead, but nah, let's leave them. So this is what I'm gonna do. A lot of battle will happen now. So we start from here. 2 dice. That's no hits. They will battle back with 2 dice. And got 2 hits on the legionaries. Okay, maybe the luck is coming back to the Gauls now. I continue with the next attack. We should be able to wear those auxiliaries down. Oh, they rolled 2 blues. Then we have the count or the battle back flag. I could as well take that to bring this line together again, because I know we have a line command in our hand. Okay, interesting fight. no hits on the goals in the very well hidden in the woods. So when the Romans approached the outskirts of those trees, they got ambushed and maybe they threw the javelins against them and all that. So some pretty heavy losses on the Romans over here. So maybe we're evening out the thing over here now. Here's interesting. So, we have these guys as well. Let's bring them here. So Adetunos, no, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep them there and move. Okay, I've started the battles already. Maybe I shouldn't be allowed to do any moves anymore. But I just leave them here then. Okay, but now's the interesting part. Hold on, didn't I activate these guys? That was my plan for sure. Let me see now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I think that should be activated. Because I didn't move with that guy. No, I didn't. That was him. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's the thing. So these guys were actually not activated, and nor were these. Okay, now I'm good. So now we need to try to get those guys, and I'm gonna take my chances to attack with these guys first. It's risky. I would like to get these guys to attack here, no? But they can, of course, evade. I'm gonna take my chances. These guys attacks with 4 dice. No leader support though. Okay, not super good roll there by the legionaries. 1 hit, but we need to check the leader. Is good, so they will now battle back with 3 and have leader support. And that's 2 hits. This is what I was afraid of. 2 hits there. So these guys were actually eliminated, giving the Gauls 1 more banner. That was what I'm a bit afraid of, attacking with those guys. Oh crap. I think I need to leave those guys alone then, because now these guys will attack here. We need to get rid of those. I know I might just... bad timing on me, I believe. But we need to do that way. So 4 dice against that cavalry unit. And now we managed to get 2 hits on them at last. So they go down. We got the Roman victory banner. Aetunos managed to escape through his lifeline here. So it goes 1, 2, and 3. We could take the ground. I think I might do that just to give these some extra boost in support, also the cavalry. Because it's the Gauls' turn next time, right? So they might hit us hard here. But we have Romans in the lead 3-2. And it's the Gauls to go. A, B, or C? Left, left, or center? I think I want to do it in the center. We need to do something. Attack them here. Or should we? We could attack these guys. Problem is we have some troops in the way, and we don't necessarily want to attack through that mountain thing or the hill there. So maybe this is not too good anyway. I'm though afraid if we just leave the situation here, these guys could go 1, 2, 3, you know, and I have these guys trapped. So maybe I still need to do it 2 in the center. Yeah, I think to do it to save these guys. So 2 in the center. It will be these and these. I will actually attack with yeah, it's adjutanus again here. So these guys will go here, they will throw some javelins, and these guys charge down to attack. So let's start here. One die against that. Oh, they are actually supported. So let's instead throw the one javelin over here. We hope for a blue so we can cripple those before they charge. Nope, not a hit. Then we'll do the full charge. 4 dice. Only 1 hit. Bad roll. We check the leader though. He's good. And then the Roman battleback. I'm a bit afraid of this roll now. Well, 1 hit. We'll check the leader. I know we have a flag as well. Leader is fine. So if we take the flag, we need to go back 2 hexes. Then it's the Romans. They can hit us twice. Yeah, I'll take the flag. And I go there. Want to keep the line open for these guys to evade. So we are pushed back by the Romans now on this in the center left section of the Gauls, which is a bit worrisome. We know cavalry can easily run off the ground if pushed back too far. Let's pay also the Roman turn before I think I end this session here. So the Romans have a B, or C. It's a line command, coordinated attack, left, inspired left leadership, or a mounted charge. We could do the mounted charge now. What would be our targets? We could get these guys anyway. That's the thing. Line command, what could that achieve? I mean, if I do the mounted charge, I could, 1, 2, 3, I could attack here. But then these guys are in a really bad position to be counterattacked. So maybe that's too risky. Okay, actually I have an idea. If I play the coordinated attack, let's do that instead. So I'm gonna actually let's bring forward those guys. Or should we fire with the war machine? Could do that. Or should I have some options here. I could go with the cavalry there and attack, but maybe that's risky. So yeah, I'll do this. And now here's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with these two. So these guys will want to march here to block the retreat or the evade path of these cavalry, and these guys will go up the hill. These guys will not actually battle. We're gonna make sure that cavalry doesn't escape. And these guys will just go 1 and throw the javelins down on their auxilia there. 1 die. Flag, they need to take it. Here we're gonna attack with, it's downhill, so I think we got 3 dice. They cannot evade. That's 1 hit and a flag which they can ignore if the leader survives. He did. So they're gonna get battle back with 2 dice. one hit as well. They're fighting hard there on the down there, but imagine if they cannot escape now, the next turn they will be dead. Let's see if the Roman leader survived as well. Ooh, close, but he did. So that's actually the end of the first session. If I just might replace this card first. Oh, they got the Dark in the Sky here. So that's it. So we have seen a pretty good charge from the Gauls here, but they got pushed back by Crassus himself. Really good. Then Crassus countercharged, killed off those warriors that attacked, and now they're trying to probe into this little valley here, wooded valley between the hills here. But they got fierce resistance from the Gauls over there. They are not giving up the flank to the Romans there. So this is to be continued. Over here, the Gallic cavalry did charge, did some good damage on the Romans on the charge here, but the Roman resilience is well known, and now they are slowly advancing towards the Sotiates here, and also pushing them backwards to the baseline, which is worrisome for them. And even did a quick, outflanking run with infantry, keeping these guys. Maybe they were checked by these guys and then got surrounded. So they are in a pretty bad position right now. But it's the Gauls who go next time, so maybe they are able to flee from that bad position. That's it. And we have the Romans in the lead, 3-2, and this battle goes to 6 banners. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna see the ending in the next session. So that's all for today, and thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.